Hey guys, Infidel1258 here. Today I'm going to do a video talking about a comment from the audience. This one's actually celebrating my recent comment and tone around GLG. Specifically, I'm not for it. It looks kind of, in my opinion, bad. I think the game mechanics seems boring. And so I said that. I didn't flame the game. I didn't flame the developers. I just said, I don't think it looks good. The thing I want to discuss though is a comment which seems to be excited about my negative response to that. But I want to go one step further and discuss what it would mean for this space, blockchain, cryptocurrency, gaming, to see negativity as celebrated, as preferred. I think that's a bear market indicator. When we walk into the bull market, it'll be a flip. You won't want to hear negative. While we're in the bear market, some people don't want to hear positive. I think we need to recognize this in our own hearts. So let's talk about it today. Before we go any further, wintercoach.com is a website that will track your personalized battle history. For $5 a month, you will get 1, entertainment, 2, an opportunity to improve. The data will show you things that might make you better and therefore extract more reward for the same time in it. Check out splintercoach.com, $5 a month. So I'm reading the comment section. I'm seeing, first of all, this is my most recent video, not a fan of GLG. There's more in this video than just talking about GLG. I talk specifically about LAN 1.5 and how I think it looks excellent. And then we transition into GLG because both were discussed in the town hall. And I'm really commenting on the town hall here. And then I am quite negative on GLG. I think it looks underwhelming. I think the game mechanic seems unimpressive, and that's unfortunate. However, I want to say that I think I finish with an optimistic note looking at games like Golem Overlord and even Splinter Forge, and speaking to the fact that while they might not look the way you would ultimately want a game, some of these games, even Splinterlands, might not look the way you would ultimately want it to look. If the mechanic is in the right spot, I think that means a lot. You can improve visually, but is your game mechanic on point? And so there's a positive tone to the video, but I see a few comments that seem to be celebrating the expression of disappointment or frustration that I made about GLG. So let's read that, and then let's speak about it within the context of what it says about where we're at in the bearable market. Supreme Victory says, honestly, they should have put it back a few months and got it right before they release it. This is a lot of people's sentiment, and I appreciate that. And this is my sentiment. Let's carry on. Ghostly, he says, thank you. I was tired of listening to other creators explaining how this is cool and that it'll be good, and that it does not look that bad because SPL is not a AAA studio. This is another fair point from my perspective. Like I want to be the sort of person who's really seeing what's in front of me and speaking to it. And I think a number of you who were hearing me say these words, who have been here for a while, will say, nah, you're always positive, as one of the commenters below here is going to say. But it's not that I'm always positive. It's actually that I see something particularly special here in Splinterlands, in this blockchain-based video game revolution, because I think NFT ownership and rewards for the players who spend time and attention is a new thing that absolutely changes the game. And I say that metaphorically, but also literally, because it means that you can put money in your pocket while playing a video game. I think that's really deeply important. So that means that I'm willing to endure imperfection along the way. I see this as a new and revolutionary space. Not all things will be perfect along the way. That's why I sound positive most of the time. But then with GLG, I just think it looks underwhelming and unimpressive. Let's carry on. Freedom says, they should have never wasted their time. I disagree a bit with that. I'm glad we're trying new things. That's why we're going to be successful, because we're trying new things. And here's where I wanted to get to. Rift says, I prefer this honest take of something negative, listening mostly almost to the all positive things you make. Makes you sound so biased. So I prefer more negative takes on Splinterlands coming from you. Because if you talk about only the good things about the game, you are missing out on the retaining process that negative and honest critics can give. That's a fair point. You absolutely, and I think I do this. I feel like Rift Summoner is both commenting me and actually kind of ripping me a little, and that's okay. Rift Summoner, great comment. I'm glad you left this. But hear me. I think there's like a compliment here, and there's also a critique here, and it's like, good job calling out maybe an underwhelming, unimpressive element of this new development, GLG. In my opinion, that's what we're looking at. In Rift's opinion, that's what we're looking at. Freedom agrees. A few of you guys agree. It looks poor. It's not where it needs to be. Maybe one day it'll be awesome, and I'm rooting for that. But right now, it's not entertaining to me. I'm not interested in it, period. Flat out, period. But yet, despite your enjoyment of that sort of element, you want to make the point that most of what I say is positive, and I think that's true. But then that you think if you talk only about good things, I don't think I only talk about good things, but I do think I largely talk about good things. So let's not nitpick that. Then you're missing out on retaining the process that negative and honest critics can give. See, I think I understand what the critics give. I think I understand the honest position Splinterlands is in, that GLG is in, that Splinter Forge is in, that Overlord, Golem Overlord is in. I actually see these for the imperfect things that they are, but do you recognize that the place we're at today doesn't have to mean where we will land? So you want to bring an understanding of where the game is at, where the team is at, where the vision's at, and all of that is a temporal moment that you can explore right now. And yes, you should be critical of those elements today. I am in my own heart and mind, and then through that critical process, I come to a place of massive bullishness for this space and these games, not GLG. But even GLG, I'm willing to be patient with and see if it gets into some place where I would be interested in. Because right now there's no rewards. Sometimes, again, with this is a bit of a digression, but we have to recognize that with games that reward you for your time and attention, it's about two things: the entertaining component, the fun, and the reward. Fun and rewarding is the revolution that we're looking at here. Whereas old games, 2.0, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, 64, whatever console you were into as a kid. Fun, sure. Rewarding, no. This is both. And the question then becomes, is GLG going to be disproportionately rewarding? Because that smooths over a lot of imperfections. And that's not me washing away the imperfections. It's me saying I would be willing to endure more imperfection with greater daily return, as well as, in my mind, a confident place of future appreciation. Because I can, one, understand my rewards for today would be X and be happy with that. And then two, I can understand my rewards for the future would be Y and be blown away by that. So it's not that I'm missing out or avoiding the negative or the honest critics. I see their view, but wrapped in the fullness of what I see this space as being, that's why I'm confident. That's why I'm positive. That's why I'm optimistic. That's why I think this game has changed my life and will change many people's lives. That's why I believe the sentiment that millionaires are made in the bear market. And that's why I speak to you guys about deferred gains. You talk about retroactive raises on the assets that you're accumulating today. Soulbound cards, Gladiator cards, SPS that's only 2 cents right now, but one day might be multi-dollar. Those are deferred gains or retroactive raises that you might receive if you build a bag today. So that's the place of the positivity. And I bring that up in the context and in response to your comment, Riff, because one, I do agree, it's so important. You're right. I'm not disagreeing with you. You gotta look at the honest and critical feedback. I just think I do. And I I guess, push back there, because I want you, Rift, and as well as everybody who watches this, to not to hear my words as blanket positivity. I just, if we were to sit down one-on-one and talk for 5 hours, you would hear me say X, Y, and Z aren't where they need to be, but holy moly, guys, A, B, and C, 1, 2, and 3, these things could change your life. And so as a result, we land in a place of general positivity. But with GLG, that's not where I'm at. And so I'm negative on it. But even, I hope you hear in the video, there's a degree of, I hate to be negative, because somebody made that thing. Somebody poured their heart into that. Somebody developed a thing that I couldn't develop. And so I want to pay respect, but it's just not on point. So I gotta be, and I don't see any reward either. So it appears neither fun nor rewarding. That's what I'm trying to say there. And just let's spend 2 minutes wrapping up with what I alluded to earlier, which is this idea that I think Riff's comment, as well as some of your other feedback from the other commenters, is pointing us to the fact that negativity is preferred. And I think that's a comment on where we're at in the bear market, because in a bull market, this isn't what you see. This isn't what you see. And I think when we get to a place of bull market, watch. I will say negative things into that moment because others won't. In a bear market, I'm going to speak a lot of confidence because I have confidence for the future. I have faith in what the team is doing. I see the vision and I'm optimistic about that. I recognize the fun and rewarding. I'm willing to defer reward for the future. I see all of that and I'm gonna shout it because others won't. Others are going to choose to be a bear so that they can appeal to the frustration of those who've lost value in their bags. But I'm going to speak confidence in that moment of bear. But in a bull market, just watch. I'm going to say things. Of course, I'm going to be celebrating like you guys too. My bags are going to pack. They're going to multiply and I'm going to be excited. But I'm going to do videos in the bull market. They're going to talk about how it's not going to stay a bull market forever. I talked when DEC was at like 2 cents a DEC or whatever craziness it was. I was making videos talking about how you shouldn't be buying DEC right now. It shouldn't be here. It'll return to peg and it's gone way below. So, and those were not appreciated. People, you're wrong. You don't get it. This time's different were the comments. And so just read the tone of comments. Notice where it points us to and what it says about the state of our community. And I don't say this to rip on Rift or Freedom or anyone else, but just to point out that we can see something about our own head, because sometimes we get caught up in a wave of sentiment as opposed to an intellectual process where we thoughtfully consider and then act. And I want us to thoughtfully consider and act. I don't want us to get caught up in sentiment. So if we feel ourselves just being drawn into a place of frustration, disappointment, and bearishness because of the market conditions, thoughtfully, to the best of your ability, step out of that and just recognize that these are emotions that are upon us because of the weight of the financial investment we're walking in and the reduction of those values. That is a dampener upon our interpretations of everything from Splinterlands to GLG. And that doesn't mean in a bull market, I would say GLG is amazing. It just means that we need to recognize our tone tells us something about our place. And then that can help us fight or resist FOMO on a bull market cycle or selling at a loss in a bear market cycle. We want to make thoughtful decisions, not emotional ones. So again, this is just a general comment. It's not directed even directly at Rift, despite the fact I'm singling out a little bit his comment. I do agree this game looks disappointing. I do agree we need to listen to the critics. I do think I ultimately incorporate that vision, the critical vision. But man, is this space poised to change lives? It is. It is. And I am definitely going to continue to speak that confidence. Bear market, bull market, both ways. But there will come a time when others are saying, you have to buy into Splinterlands. And it's going to be massive green candles on SPS. It's going to be massive green candles on card values. And I'm going to be saying, whoa, 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 whoa. You should have been incurring it for free. You should have been playing for a $10 account and just enjoying bronze rewards, recognizing that one day, after multiple years of contributing your time and attention, you would accumulate something that would have multiplied in value. But you don't want to do that. Not you, Rift, but people out there are giving up on this thing during a bear market. When you can earn these assets for free, one day SPS will not be given away for free, but it is today. Are you earning some? Are you playing this game to extract value for your time and attention today, recognizing that one day those assets will carry a price that will surprise, and the accumulation of the multitude of resources combined with the multiplication of their price point can astonish you? That's how I say this game has changed my life, and I think it can change yours. But it's not an overnight thing. It's a long-term time horizon. It's a willingness to put in the effort daily and a recognition that the trivial daily rewards can mean something over a long time horizon. I think that's amazing. That's exciting. That's worth being excited about. And yet, he's right. We need to be critical. We need to be self-reflective. We need to be thoughtful, because no, this system and this game are not perfect, but it's special. It's unique. It is revolutionary. And I think we should not throw out the baby with the bathwater. If we see imperfections, let's speak about those. Let's get those out. Let's comment on them like I did with GLG, but let's maintain the positive or optimistic viewpoint so long as we continue to walk in confidence over two things. What two things? One, that this game is fun and it is going to have a future. If those things are true, the rest will take care of itself. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Rift. I appreciate you guys. Have an amazing day. God bless.